License and Registration Show is brought to you by Wheelhouse Storage, luxury garage condos for all of your toys. Visit wheelhousestorage.com for more information. Now on to the show.
Welcome back to
this. Damn it.
Fleetwood.
I knew I made a mistake.
Never should have asked him.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been over a year since we've had a show, and we are recording the License and Registration Show live from Cars and K9's, hosted by Staker Productions. And we had to go out and we found ourselves some awesome step-in guests last minute. But thank you guys for joining us. And if you have watched the show previously, you've probably seen all these faces before, but we'll start down at the end of the table and let everybody say their names and why they're special.
Joey Jenrette from the Saucy Podcast. I'm special because I'm bigger than you are.
Yes. Truth.
That's true. Ernie Perez, let's see. Came from the lowrider scene to exposing the underground import racing scene in 96, 97 in this town, but people don't know that, and then more and more and more after that. So.
And he can swift kick you in the face.
Oh, yeah. Other hobbies.
Oh, yeah. What's the one fact that people really don't know about you, Ernie?
No, 4 martial arts, 23 years experience, black belt in multiple degrees, and I train people to die or kill.
So I can order you on, like, Blacklist or something and have you beat people up for free?
Possibly.
Okay.
We'll neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, don't be setting my man up now.
Jeez.
I'm Jacob Sadler, and I'm a motorsport photographer, and I'm known for blowing up Mustang motors.
Boom.
Yeah, you've done that a couple times.
Yep.
A couple times.
I'm also the idiot who daily drives a Humvee.
I mean, idiot or genius for Jacksonville.
I mean, the
genius.
for the roads, yes.
Yes, definitely.
For sure.
So we're out here, Cars for K9's. There's a big variety of cars out here. Do you have any out here that you're like, yes, this is money?
There's some money cars out here for sure.
What are some of your favorites right off the top of your head? I mean, we can see quite a few from here, but
I don't want to be a fanboy, but Jason Garcia's carbon fiber R34
always shows good.
Sheesh.
Yep.
Clean.
Super clean.
There's a punk ass Tesla over there. Ain't that? He got some like butterfly doors or some shit.
Yeah, this dude drives all over the southeast. I don't know who owns that thing.
One of them electric vehicles.
Yeah.
He's got one of them cars, got on them batteries in it.
Plug and chug.
What's your favorite?
What's your favorite? My favorite? I keep staring at that white S14 with all the swaps on it. I haven't seen what's under the hood, but he turned it on a couple minutes ago, and all I smelled was race fuel. So that's.
Oh well.
I mean,
he's got to have something in there, otherwise.
It caught my eye, and I've been staring at it since I got here.
Yeah, no, it's definitely nice.
Hold up, somebody broke down.
You don't
It's a full pit crew.
We are at a car show.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
Look at it.
It's
Like, damn.
Is it the
pit crew.
RX-8?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too many
Yeah.
braps.
Yeah, too many props.
All right, well, I'm going to go
One too
basic, and I'm going to say the 720. Because I'm not a JDM guy.
The McLaren?
Yeah, the McLaren.
There's a 720
It's,
here?
720 over.
Yeah.
Like,
Underneath the tent.
Well, I've been kind of stuck here under the tent most of the day, so I've only seen what's driven by.
You're smart, so you're not sunburnt.
It is hot.
It's muggy, bro.
Black asphalt. People.
I mean, we're lucky enough there's a handful of trees here, and there's a breeze today.
I don't come this dark.
I'm a sweaty Betty right now.
Yeah. We got
I should have reapplied the baby powder.
we got a
you know
family
what I mean?
size of baby powder under the desk.
Yeah.
Every 10 minutes you hear this.
Every time I fart.
Boom.
It's a basic car, but that Volkswagen Arteon.
Oh,
yeah.
yes. We
Well,
all.
there's
That
coffee.
thing is
Yeah. So it's owned by one of the guys from Southside Euro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we saw him at Caffeine and Octane last month, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he had just gotten the wheels on it.
That thing's
Man,
fresh.
BBS's.
Yes.
Yeah, is it on air rod or is it static?
I think it's static.
That ain't static.
I drive the piss out of that thing.
So I used to have a Volkswagen CC.
Yeah.
And so the Arteon to me is just like,
The
next gen
Yeah.
CC. And man, that thing looks good.
Yeah.
They need to make a real sports package for that car.
Well, they should. Well, yeah, it's kind of like a
That-
pretend R line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put a twin turbo V6 in that car.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
or a
even
single turbo V6.
Well, I mean, even if it came as a beefed up 4, as in what it is, like maybe
Yeah.
if it had like the R motor, like from the Golf R or something like that.
Bring back the VR6.
I can't make those
It's
noises.
getting a little
Sorry.
too old for me.
Close thing
What?
I didn't have as a VQ.
He doesn't remember much past like SpongeBob.
Oh, man.
How old are you?
18.
Get away from this table.
He's just now
18
he's just
people.
now allowed into bars of which he's not usually
You
allowed.
can't even
into.
buy,
Hey,
you can't even
hey,
buy
hey.
cigarettes.
Oh, damn, that's
I
right.
don't
Not
wanna buy
anymore.
cigarettes. I want a cigar, if anything.
Oh, you
What?
want a pinky
Cigar.
finger? I'm a pinky finger up 18-year-old.
18. Dang.
What's wrong with that?
18
I'm just thinking I had been in two
K-
car clubs.
at Kmart Blanding Boulevard.
Yeah. 18, that was for me
Really?
1994.
Just in the past 18 years, I've already been married 3 times.
Damn.
Like Tom Brady working on another ring.
Hey,
Damn. Got 10 fingers.
I'm going for the chip, baby.
10 fingers.
He gets you an Instagram post the same as Brady's.
Boom.
He's getting a trophy, too.
I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to just collect all the rings. What's his name? Thanos.
Oh, yeah.
The Infinity Gauntlet. There
All
you
the
go.
Infinity Stones.
That's it.
I'm a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's car shows in July in Florida in the afternoon.
Glad to be back, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, COVID's over.
Well, COVID don't live here,
Yeah.
This is
supposedly.
Florida.
We vibe different.
Florida man
Yeah.
killed COVID by himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
the sauna of which that is, a Florida afternoon in the summer.
Like I tell everybody, I still open my Amazon packages with my teeth. I ain't worried about no damn COVID.
That's like a vaccine, right?
Oh, yeah.
As long as you've been doing that, you're safe.
And I had COVID, and I ain't scared of it.
Oh, well, I mean, then you've been blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
The first 2 weeks kind of sucked. The 2
Now,
weeks
did you have a
after-
lot of symptoms?
Oh, it got so bad. Like I didn't tell my mom really how bad it was, and I didn't want her to worry. But I called my Scooter, who I do the podcast with, my
Yep.
best friend. I was like, bro, if shit hits the fan and I die,
Ernie gets the H1.
yeah, you and my son Jordan, got to split all this shit. He's like, hey man, don't be talking like that, my bro. It's bad over here.
Like, I got to put it out there just
So
in case.
I had high fever, body aches,
Right.
all the flu-like symptoms, fatigue. I couldn't even go to the bathroom, take a piss, and come back without feeling like I had to take a 3-hour nap because I was so tired. It was bad, but I mean, it's just like having a normal flu, though. The flu will mess you up too.
Our daughter had it, and she was almost in the middle of dinner, and her taste went away, and then she was like, "Oh,"
Oh yeah, had that.
she's like, "Can't
And-
taste nothing."
And that sucks.
So she
Yeah.
So she went out the next day, got tested, but then she really didn't it wasn't even as bad as a cold. Like she had some symptoms, but other than that, and then her boyfriend that she lives with, he never even got it.
We're trying to do a podcast here, sir.
Mr. Mustang. Can you blow that
Yeah,
one up
these are
for
your
us?
people. What are we doing with your people, man?
So my people, they're kind of
There's another one.
that green
Well,
looks good.
yeah, the green does look good. I'll give them that. I do like the green.
Needs tan interior.
Why is it like the spoilers on backwards?
Is that a downforce effect? Downforce.
You can tell it's been a year and a half since we've had a show now. We're a little rusty talking. We're just kind of coming up with stuff and flying off the cuff.
Well, you said
Absolutely.
let's talk about people's cars here. You want to
Yeah.
talk about people's cars? You say you want to rag on them.
Let's talk about the shit boxes. Where they at?
Well,
I mean, not gonna lie. After COVID, because you guys, things just stopped happening. Everything from, especially North Carolina, who's still that mayor or governor still holding back on big convention center shows.
Yeah.
All these
yeah.
major shows, they've tried to find ways to get around it by doing these little pop-up meets and whatnot. So it's given a lot of the scene a year of just saving money, coming up, and some's got
Some builds
all
are
they do
finally
is
getting
work.
finished.
Yeah, and then some people just went broke and flat out couldn't make it. But it's kind of cool, when I guess February hit and the first registration started opening for major shows, and so I just registered for everything from
You've been hitting.
Chattanooga to
You've been
Naples.
on the road.
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure I hit shows in case COVID hit again, and at this point, it's 100% back, except for North Carolina, of course. So that governor still.
Are you going to Slam Enough next week
Yep.
in Daytona?
Sure will be.
Oh,
I'll be there.
that's back in
I
Daytona.
forgot about that.
It'll be my 4th Slammed Enough this year already. So
Damn.
I support Charlene pretty strong. So
H1
Yeah.
H1 will be down in Daytona next weekend.
Oh,
Oh, you doing that too?
Sweet.
I don't know if the H1 really you can call it slammed enough, but
Oh, that's dope.
I mean it's slammed on 37s.
There you go.
There we go. Real bullet holes.
Got a couple fists worth of fender gap.
Oh well, only in the rear. It's got that California rake on it.
Well,
Are
at
you
least
going down?
what's that?
Are you gonna go down?
Next week?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe. Oh wait, no. Next we got things going on next weekend, don't we?
Uh-oh.
Oh no,
Honeymoon.
Friday. Saturday. Yes, on the 31st I have plans.
That's a 2-day show. Though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to be down both days?
I'm gonna try to.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
I may
trying
try
to
to come
move
down
it.
Sunday then.
They said like if you registered or whatever, you can only show one day.
Correct. It's
And the other days you're
It's either Saturday or Sunday. So I'm gonna try to.
So
Well,
you're
Sunday.
so you're a show entry one day, but
Correct.
but if you come back the next day, it's as a spectator.
It's like a whole new show.
That's kind of good.
Two
Though. That's
separate.
smart.
I don't know.
gonna do it on
Charlene's out to
Sunday.
make money. That's
Well,
for
the
sure.
Is it at the convention center or is that
Ocean Center.
There, AC.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
do, and they do the awards on Sunday, so I'm gonna do Sunday.
Sunday sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to slide in with lowered
Bet you
lifestyle.
are.
So
I
look for
bet
me.
you are.
Oh, are you
Look
gonna
for
be
me,
you,
Matt's
you gonna be in a double L booth?
Try to hopefully.
Dirty boy.
Try to. I gotta reach out to Charlene, but after this weekend.
No, he's just making plans without making plans.
Oh, I mean, he's putting it out there
Don't
now.
look for me. Look for me. Yeah. Good
So with
stuff.
everything else going on, so you've been had some ups and downs with the Hummer.
Oh yeah,
So the transfer case went down on that.
blew the transfer case out of
Yep.
it. So headed
And,
out.
and that sounded like that was a pain in the ass to get.
just to diagnose the damn thing, but because I'm not a all-wheel drive guy. You know, I know 4x4s,
Right.
but like an all-wheel drive setup, like, that's new to me. So like I'm telling everybody the symptoms is doing this and that. You can put it in 4-wheel drive and it'll move.
Mhm.
You put it in high and then put it in drive, it won't go nowhere. Motor just revs. I'm like, something ain't right. So I get it over to a shop over on right there, Phillips Highway in Sunbeam. It's called Bill's Transmission and Gears.
Mm-hmm.
He had it diagnosed in a day. He's like, this is the problem.
There you go.
So had it up and running about 2 weeks, and then once he got the transfer case rebuilt, got it all in there. We don't care, bro. We don't care about your car club.
Limelight.
Whoever.
Isn't that a musical theater in St. Augustine?
I think so.
I think so.
Okay.
Grime Right Car Club. Anyway, found out that one of the CV axles had busted. So, but it took longer to get the CV axle for that than it was to rebuild the transfer case.
Really?
Yeah, but now we're Gucci.
Well, how hard is it to find parts for an H1?
Yeah.
It's pretty much all GM.
Okay.
It's a GM 6.5. It's all the drivetrains GM.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not hard. But like all the suspension stuff now, that's probably I haven't broke nothing yet, so I haven't had to look for it. I haven't had to rob a military base yet.
This is not GTA 5.
Correct. I got 5 stars on me. Homie.
There's an F-16 after me now.
They coming. They coming.
That patina looks dope, and the original bullet, like gun bullet.
Oh,
holes
the bullet
on
holes in the
windshield.
glass.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's OG.
So I might just keep it the original paint, because I was thinking about having Kyle graffiti.
No,
Some.
he's cool and all. That was like not a no because I don't like Kyle, but that's like if y'all haven't seen an H1 ever in your life, because there's plenty of people who've never seen an H1 in real life. I mean, that your
That's
H1's dope.
that's about as OG as it
yeah,
gets.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
So I might just paint over what's already there.
Yeah.
Just to freshen
buy
it
something
up.
else.
Just drop an
graffiti it.
M249 on the top.
Who?
M249.
Oh, find me one.
You have like a million cars.
I live
don't
in
you?
Middleburg.
Pick
Come by
another car.
Middleburg. No, I'm sure there's a couple laying around.
Yeah.
Some
Graffiti.
flamethrowers, RPGs.
That'd be kind of dope.
It will be. Oh shoot! Go on one of those airsoft websites and buy like the fake ones. But they don't have like the orange tips or anything. Just put them on there.
I don't know if you know me or not, but I don't do shit fake.
Oh god!
Gotta keep it real.
I'm the real
No
dude
rep.
you'll
No,
ever
there-
meet.
Oh,
there's no
gee.
rep wheels and nothing.
He's like straight from the military base. You see that canteen? It was used in Fuji.
That's right.
Driving it.
You gotta see that.
Drinking out
You
of
gotta
it.
see that tag. Joey's down in Mexico
Pine cone.
picking up parts.
That's a grenade.
What's that flashy flying thing coming towards us?
Yeah. Don't sleep on Joey's H1.
So-
The man lives 2 miles from me, and first time I've seen it. And how long have you had it?
Since January.
You almost had it for like 7 months, and I'm just now seeing it. So either you're never home or I'm never home. So
Probably you.
I've only seen the Tesla like a handful of times.
Oh man.
Every time I look on Instagram, hey, what's up, everybody? I'm in Indiana.
So there's got to be. Have you been logging miles? Like what you've been? So for those that don't know, Ernie has Model X P100D, and the man goes to shows like shows are not coming back ever again.
Yeah. Destin.
Yeah, lives for this shit.
Naples, Florida.
How many gigawatts that thing
Dang, you're
pulls?
flying around.
Yeah, I mean, I try to beat that whole stigma when somebody says, well, what happens when you got to go out of town? You know, when you got an electric car, I'm like, well, I go out of town. I go out of town like everybody else goes out of town. As a matter of fact, I go out of town probably more than everybody's ever asked me to go out of town. So it's cool because like my Google, because I log in, obviously, Gmail, whatever, it gives you that map that tells you where you've been in the last month.
Yeah.
And in July, I was technically in a different city every day of them. It's like 31 cities. I'm like, wait, there's only 31 days in July. So, but yeah, so this thing has been awesome. The Tesla platform, that's a whole nother.
Well, and you've had it how long now?
2.5 years, almost 3. Well, so something in relation to this show, the actual owner approached me first time since I bought the car, and I looked at him. I was like, holy. I bought the car from you. He's like, wow, you really did a lot to it.
The actual owner or the bank?
No, the bank. Yeah, the seller I bought it from.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
You did not tell us.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You were doing all this stuff to our car.
Couldn't believe it. Because I told him, I was like, hey, I'm just letting you know, I'm a car enthusiast. You know, people call.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably like the Tesla 101 starter kit, which is a PPF tint and a wrap, and that's it. But no, I kind of.
Man, don't hit the IKEA table. Let's take some reverb.
I went a little above and beyond than most Tesla owners, and just to be different.
Dude, you got the
Nothing
rawest
crazy.
Tesla ever.
Yeah.
Well, it's the only Model X. It's really.
Wait, so have you been to one of those like new stations that Tesla's put up? Like one of those like where you can put your card and walk in, and it has like that coffee set up?
They have it. There's none like in this area.
Oh.
Yeah, but it'd be cool if they did. So.
Road trip. Let's go.
Let's go to California.
But
Why
now.
do you say that?
Oh, you're going?
So yeah, so that's a great transition into what you've gotten into recently.
Yeah.
So let's give everyone the cliff
Do
notes of
tell.
what you've been up to in
Yeah.
the automotive purchasing world.
So it's so weird because I went from Mitsubishi's for 16 years, and then I went to this Nissan Infiniti gig for 4 years, and then my dream car was like the Tesla because I've always wanted a Lamborghini, and so I got something quicker. So.
Facts.
And the doors.
The doors are cool, and I can bring posse, friends. But
jump out boys.
The Tesla's cool, but I've always had a passion for cars. Right, that's what we're all here for. And one of those like must-have in my garage was a patina old 50s bomb era truck. And I was looking recently, and I just kept looking, and I wanted a 5-window like 47 to 53. Like a Chevy truck with an LS motor, and I come to realize it's kind of like the basic, like first step 101, like resto mod thing to do. LS swap that, right? Because it's on an S10 chassis. Well, I couldn't find one because I'm that picky, and I started looking, and I find, long story short, the COE, which I'm not sure if anybody around here knows what that is, but it's a cab over.
Cab over
engine.
So it's basically it's a mini semi truck. And it's a 1955 Ford C800, and is an old milk truck out of Oregon for the first 20 years. In the next 20 years, it was a bale of hay. It carried bales of hay across this farm. So it's a real milk truck or farm truck. So this was 2 weeks ago, and I decided to take a loan out because found out my credit score was pretty dope, and I took a one-way flight on 4th of July weekend. And what better way to spend 4th of July than driving a 1955 Ford C800 across America. And as I was driving 55 miles an hour. So remember, I have...
This dude has balls bigger than that H1.
Yeah, this truck is very old. Even though it's on a Suburban frame, an 85 Suburban frame, the Suburban frame is 37 years old, if I did my math right. And so anyhow...
Either way, it's got a Florida blue plate.
Yeah. I'm coming from a Tesla that drives me everywhere. If y'all know me, I'm always on my stories on my Instagram. And it drives, I don't touch anything, it's AC, it opens the door for me and closes. So I get in this truck, has no AC.
Forgets to shut the door.
No cruise control.
He sat there for 5 minutes wondering what's going to crank itself up and move.
You can't even lock the door from the driver's side. You got to go out the passenger, close the door. In 1955, they don't have locks on the driver's side. So it's so this truck is the noisiest thing. It doesn't have a radio because you couldn't hear it if it did. And so I'm driving it, and unfortunately, I had some hiccups in the way. And thank goodness for my experience, I fixed a lot of the things until I got to the middle of Texas between El Paso and San Antonio on my way back from California, and I grenaded the motor in a blue head gasket. So it sits in the middle of Texas right now.
Now, to be fair to the previous owner of this truck, who built this truck, that person probably never drove this truck more than 20 miles in one direction.
If that.
To
Ever.
Cars and Coffee
Yeah.
or a local car show. So you probably never even got this thing up to
No.
temperature.
Ever. No.
Because you bought it, the
Ernie
guy you
flies out
bought it
there,
from was using it
jumps
as a
in
farm truck.
And said, I'm driving this thing through the desert.
Oh,
In the summer.
desert.
In the summer.
But what a story, though.
109
Oh, an
degrees.
amazing story.
I did not
Amazing.
realize. So coming from Florida, not, heat's heat. So I drive this thing through the desert, and I
If you
didn't
can hear the
realize.
shit boxes in the background, we apologize.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's gonna
Yeah.
be you're gonna hear a sound check from
Yeah.
a two-step competition going on.
Yeah. So just imagine this 55-old truck, and I'm driving through
Bitch, I can fight.
I got you, dog.
Drop
Arizona,
kick somebody.
New Mexico, and part of Texas in this
Uh-huh.
thing. And I decided to happen to look at the temperature because I was hot, and it said 109 degrees. And I didn't realize I was in a heat wave. So I drove this truck 1,300 and like 51 miles.
What part of desert didn't you understand?
I know. Border Patrol is a whole nother episode too, by the way. That was interesting.
So you went into Mexico?
Yeah, past New Mexico. New Mexico.
Oh, New Mexico. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
New Mexico.
I bet they looked at you and thought you stole it.
Oh, it was sketch. You got this Asian dude. Imagine this. All right, 12:30 in the morning, right past midnight. Asian dude, 55 Ford truck,
Yeah,
Chevy
in an old
frame.
farm truck.
Asian dude kind of looks Mexican-ish.
The guy's like,
has a good tan.
Border Patrol literally says, "Where are you going with this thing?" I was like, "Florida." I look at the look in his face. I was like, "Well, where are you coming from?" I was like, "San Francisco," and I'm like, "Where am I at? El Paso?"
Like I have no idea where I'm at.
Oh, and I'm Filipino. Yeah, you're totally out of place. So
Tell the story about when it broke down and you didn't get a wrecker until the next morning.
yeah, so I come prepared, AAA, right? Not just for the Tesla, but just having AAA. But
Because that's what us
So-
old folks have.
Yeah.
Unlike you 18-year-olds.
yeah,
Hey, my parents are in their 60s. Trust me, I know what that is.
AAA plus at that.
Yeah.
No, that's AARP.
We're talking.
There's a difference.
yeah. Different letters. Different letters.
Calm down there, Medicare.
Yeah.
God. Hey, they're going to be listening to this.
Yeah.
We'll be slapping that TVMA logo in the corner.
Yeah. No, but
Watch out, Tina. Watch out, Jerry.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to steal the show, but it was long story short, my AAA rescued me with a tow truck in the middle of I-10, and in the middle of the morning remember, this is 4th of July weekend. There was, on top of no cars being on the road at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning in the middle of El Paso and San Antonio. So this tow truck eventually makes it to me, I don't know, 4 hours after I dispatched the call. And so I know I'm wanting to bring this truck to a Chevy dealership because it's got a 454 in it. But I'm asking the tow truck driver, like, hey, man, all honesty, you think they're going to take a look at this thing? Because it sounded like I grenaded the motor. Like, I mean, to be honest. He was like, well, so he starts hyping up this mechanic and like within minutes. And I was like, well, okay, so who's this chick? And he's like, yeah, her name's Smurfette, like the Smurfs.
Yes.
And I'm thinking in my head, Smurfette, huh? All right. So he's like, yeah, look up her Google review. So I bam on the Google reviews. I'm reading everything, top notch. Like, she's rescued people. Every review was somebody who broke down on the way somewhere through Texas, and it wasn't like she fixed like a tire. She fixed like transmissions, motor swaps. I mean, she's the one. So yeah, well, take me to her. And he's like, oh, okay, well, good. I was like, well, is there Uber in your town at 5 a.m. on I don't know.
What the hell's an Uber?
And he's like, no. He's like, but I'll take you to wherever you got to go. I was like, do you even have hotels in your town? And I was like, oh, we got you covered. Like, they've done this before, clearly. So long story short, he tells me that the lady Smurfette is actually his wife. So he drops me off at their house.
Of
with
course he
the
name
truck.
dropped his old lady.
And so,
I know a mechanic.
yeah, literally.
That's a good man.
It's like
Good man.
operations. So now that I'm dropping off my truck at this house randomly in the middle of Texas, I was like, so where's this hotel at? I was like, oh yeah, it's right outside the neighborhood. And he drives me to this La Quinta Inn Hotel, which is like the Taj Mahal of Texas. It's literally the tallest thing out there. 5 months old, and he's like, "Oh, you're in luck. I know the manager." I was like, "Really? You know the manager too?" Yeah,
It's me.
It's actually the son-in-law.
He changes his shirt.
Yeah. The manager of this La Quinta Inn is the son-in-law of Smurfette. So I'm like, who's the mayor of this town? Like the uncle? Like, where's the
Smurfette.
sheriff? Like the grandpapa? Like everybody is so nice, and he
It's like
drops
that
me
Ryan
off.
Reynolds movie.
Yeah.
Where they're up in Alaska and his whole family owns everything. But then that one guy, he's like the bartender. He's at the restaurant. And he's the male stripper at the bachelorette party.
Yeah, dude, all in one.
Relax,
Yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah. But yeah. But long story short, yeah, I grenaded the motor, and the motor's on back order thanks to COVID because everybody's like taking a break. And I had to fly back home because no way I was living in Texas for the next month and a half. Working remote and flew. And look, Smurfette drove me to the nearest airport 2 hours away. And I was like, man, these people like just too nice. It's just too good to be true. So I've been staying in touch with her. She's got everything. She's taking care of everything for me. And this was all not part of the budget, but I plan on making the part 2 trip back to Florida. And people say I probably should have hired a production team because
Hi.
it has been
Hi.
an
Hey, you hear me?
amazing adventure.
I will fly out there with you.
I will
It
go
is
out there
pretty
with
badass.
you and do video. and
There you
photography.
go.
It is amazing. I drove like 1,351 miles from San Diego to Fort Stockton, Texas, and I have 1,388 miles to go.
Oh, so you're
I'm
like
literally halfway.
halfway.
Yeah, I got all of 2/3 of Texas and all the geographical
Shoot,
states.
we got a team right here. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, it's excruciating. I'm telling you. Like,
I got
You
a
know,
gimbal. I'm ready.
it's
Just put it on there. Let's go.
I mean, I'm pretty hardcore.
I have deodorant, will travel.
Yeah, there's a reason. I'm a very
Don't even need a
talented.
toothbrush.
Yeah.
Just deodorant. Put it on his
So-
teeth.
I'll brush my teeth
Yeah.
with porcupines.
So when y'all eventually see this old, beige looking
It's
patina
so
truck
fire.
come through town with white walls that are 4 or 5 inches thick, it's that's me.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
no,
Tesla's
that,
probably nearby.
Can we drive the Hummer up on the bed?
You could. It's probably wide. Probably the only thing wide enough your Hummer can fit on it. Yeah.
Probably.
Oh,
Drive it
yeah,
off the
oh,
loading
right.
dock.
Oh.
Oh, it was Anna's car. Isn't that
Oh.
Anna's car?
Yeah, that's Anna's.
Oh. It wasn't broke
But
down. She was probably
the little thing that Smurfette person is going to be doing is going saying, "Hey, here's the bill, 15,000."
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Hotel,
Worth it.
traveling.
But
Yeah.
but that's like you wouldn't have gotten that in any major city.
No.
No.
Any
No.
major
hell
city,
no.
you would have
Yeah.
been nickel and dimed every
Yeah.
single place.
Yeah. So just for people that's saying, well, why don't you just get it transported? Well, okay. So I quoted a bunch of places. Remember, this is 4th of July weekend. It was like $4,000 for the most sketchiest company that didn't even want to call me back. I'm like, $4,000.
Well, it's
I
a
don't
tough
even
car to
trust.
transport.
Yeah, it's 6,300 pounds. It's the size. It's the size of your H1 width wise. It takes up the whole lane, and we're
How
talking.
wide is
It takes up it's as wide as your H1. It's the whole lane. It's a dually. So, in essence, but it's a dually with wooden like cargo things on the side. It sticks out 2 feet on both
Yeah.
sides. So it's like $4,000. Or look, I'm single. I don't have kids, and I don't even have a dog to feed. It was 4th of July weekend.
What a way to live.
It was a one-way trip from Jacksonville to San Fran was $350. I budgeted $1,500 in fuel, and boom, all the gas I saved with the Tesla for 2.5 years, one weekend,
There you go.
done. Done. It was like it was a lot. Look,
Sounds like fun.
7 miles a
So
gallon.
you're having another 454 put into it, correct?
Yes,
Just
another-
rebuilding that one.
No, you haven't
Everything.
anything else?
Another one.
Anything else done? Maintenance or anything to it while it's there? Like having the rear end looked at, or
Transmission.
No, the transmission was good. Was recently rebuilt too, so I'm going on that. Everything was solid. I kept it under 3,000 RPMs because it is that loud in that cab, and it's a torque monster, so it's
Yeah.
not made to
well, you say you're cruising at like
know,
60, 65.
65, and every semi truck driver was giving me thumbs ups or people taking pictures, so that was cool, but just so you guys know, that I-10 corridor is very boring. Like there's nothing,
I-10 is the
It is.
boringest drive.
like it all looks the same.
Any
New
highway is boring to me.
New Mexico, Arizona, all it is brown, and I saw my first cactus. That was pretty wild. And then I was like, okay, I'm good.
Not in the Home Depot garden department.
I was like, how do people come out of here? Yeah, it was wild. So yeah, I'm looking forward.
Have
to
you been
bringing
out to
it
the
back.
West Coast though before?
I have San Diego.
Okay, so you've been out to California, just not to like the Southwest.
Never driven.
Not a Cat Mueller shirt. Not a.
Yeah, I will forever fly at this ever. And now I get to see the 2/3 of half part of Texas. And I mean,
I only want to go to California for one thing. That's go to Disneyland.
that's dope. Really?
Just so I can say I've been there.
Yeah.
Bro, I got Disney.
Bro, I'd say I know. Yeah, you're Disney blood.
Oh yeah.
See?
Well, shoot, did you hear what they're trying to do now?
What?
Create a Star Wars theme park.
Money.
Yeah, I mean
That
that's
is a huge moneymaker.
that's like just opening a new Chick-fil-A. Like,
But,
it's just
but it'll be good
printing
because they'll
money.
probably put like the prequel films in there.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Get some,
matter. They're gonna make
get some
money.
Hayden Christensen in there.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of sick.
You got generations of Star
yeah.
Wars
Yeah.
enthusiasts that would forever keep that place going.
Exactly.
And then they just keep rewriting things,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you got a storyline for this, storyline.
Yeah.
You're the whole
Stories with it.
Mandalorian thing.
Oh yeah.
Mandalorian is the best thing that's come out of Star Wars in a long time.
Oh, well, that gave life to the whole series.
Oh, yeah.
Whole series.
Because it got a bunch of people into it. Like, a bunch of people you wouldn't think. Like, you got the Kardashian people coming over to watch Mandalorian.
Like that was one of the first things I think people were like, oh, we got to go watch this. Outside of, I know back in the day we had Tiger King at the very beginning of the
Yeah.
pandemic,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
that's another story.
I make a lot of kinky sex.
We need him and like Borat.
Yes.
Oh. I love Borat. No, I'm ready for the new Jackass film.
Yes.
That's going to be funny.
Oh,
I don't know, but with today's day and time, man, I don't know how they're gonna be able to put that movie out.
Oh.
I mean,
Well, Bam's trying to cancel it.
So many damn. Well, there's your snowflake right there.
well, I
First
mean,
snowflake,
he's sad.
Bam Margera.
well, you just put the right rating on it. You can do what you want.
Yeah.
Or hell, don't even release it out in the theater. You just put it on one of the streaming services, and it doesn't really matter what you do.
Well, it's coming out in theater, and I'm telling you, I'm pre-ordering my tickets. I'm going to go see it immediately.
Well, what we got?
What we got?
We got a whole video going on. You want to get?
Oh, that's right. We're doing selfies live.
He said, "Welcome to the new film group. We're going out to Texas. It's time to pick up another vehicle."
The mic's up here.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
You know I gotta add that to my story. If y'all don't follow my stories.
Hold
Yeah.
on. You just folded your phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it's carbon fiber.
He's got the foldy screen.
That's the work phone. That's my personal.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because the other one folded long ways.
Correct. This one folds this way.
It's pretty nice. I actually kind of like that.
Was that a needed upgrade or just you wanted to upgrade?
Do you really want to like got this one?
You broke the other one.
Well, so the other one was taller. So I had a taller phone, and they're talking about a Samsung Fold, and it's got some weight to it. It weighs like a regular phone, actually, like a house phone. And I keep it in my pocket in my Tesla. And one night, and if you're listening, I hope you're listening. I was on Beach Boulevard, and I can make all the excuses in the world. I got 70% charge, and my motor was going bad in the back, which they do go bad in Teslas. It was a E63 AMG, and we were playing on Beach Boulevard, and I did one of the nastiest launches I think I've done in a long time.
Oh, you were
And
going to prove a point.
I launched that phone from that pocket on the door to the third row in the back so bad because I was like right up with this car. And when I found it later that night, because I couldn't find my phone, I had actually broke the plastic front screen, which was supposedly not able to be scratched or broken. So it was a terrible reminder, one, to not street race on Beach Boulevard, but two, that an E63 AMG was like actually gave me a run for the money, and the memory was on my phone, so I had to get a new phone, and I got
Screw that. I'd have went and got me.
Samsung doesn't know about that ludicrous plus mode.
yeah.
I would have went and got me a new motor after that.
I did. Oh, I did. Yeah, I was scheduled already to go on Monday to get my motor warranted, and when I got that back, I was like, man, where does that do that? It was black. By the way, it's black. Two young dudes driving on Beach Boulevard eastbound.
When he sees you, that's your ass.
Yeah.
So with the
That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
with the Teslas, you're talking about the motor going bad. How often do they go bad?
So it was. I've never
you
heard
said
of
it's a
it.
known issue.
Yeah, well, as now that I've been through it. So, as an owner, they either come single motor or dual motor, which 90% of them are probably dual motor now to this day. So, and that's for the range, that's for the performance and all that. And there's not a lot of talk about the motors going bad until I guess it happened. So when it was happening, and like Mike was saying, I travel so much for shows, I started hearing this high pitched like whining noise. It was at first was cool. I was like, dang, it really is like a little electric car. We go wee, you know, like the Jetsons. And then at first I started thinking, I was like, man, what if I'm in Destin, Florida one day, or you know, Naples, Florida, like 8 hours or another time zone, and it goes bad on me. You know, it's not like I can just go pull up in a shop. So I decided to call up a friend that works in service, and I got him to listen to it.
This is how stupid I am. I'm imagining Ernie pulling into a garage, say, hey, I need to swap out my motor.
Yeah.
My motor, which makes this car move.
Yeah.
They dislocate a positive, dislocate a negative, and just pull it out like a battery.
That's
That's what he's saying, like the old RC cars where you just kind of have the plug.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, a few more steps,
Yeah.
but
I'm just thinking like, okay.
But it's
done.
It is. In a nutshell, I was surprised. I had my friend listen to it who works at service at Tesla, and he was like, oh, yeah, that's just your motor. And so that's what I mean. Like, it happens all because he's used to seeing it. Now, to the general public, this is like first time I've ever heard of it. So
They're freaking out.
he's like, oh, yeah, I got you. And I was worried because I'm definitely not certified pre-owned anymore, but it's under warranty. So puts me right in, which happened to be like the Monday after I ran that E63 AMG. And it is literally as simple as pulling the car in the bay, putting on a lift. They drop the rear subframe, plug out the motor just like your RC car with a bunch of cables, and then replug in the cables just like your RC car, and poof, I had the car like in the same day. Like no fluids. You don't have to worry about radiator fluids. You don't have to worry about priming any fuel. You don't have to worry about grease. You didn't have to break a sweat. You just
Don't worry about rods going everywhere.
Yeah, it's literally like a big version of RC car mode, and then poof, ready to hit ludicrous mode again. So
That's
it's
amazing.
that simple. It is. It's amazing that all that was off a tablet on his phone. It's like, all right, you're ready to go.
Bam,
Tuesday morning.
done.
Yep, and it's crazy. It's like, and that thing launches even harder, which I didn't realize how bad I was. I was like, man, no wonder I didn't run down that E63 AMG. By the way, I was
so
excited.
do the motors? Do they just kind of gradually go and then just
Degrade.
eventually?
Yeah, just like anything else, it's mechanical
Yeah.
there too. Yep, they degrade just like
Because what year is
everything
yours?
else. It's a 17.
So, okay, there.
So it's 4 years old, and I don't drive it hard. A lot of people
Man, we
might
in the
think my car can't do that.
We could take from instance from
Yeah,
that.
well, they probably got a mod now. It'll probably play the noises.
Yeah.
you can get
There you
yourself
go.
a burble tune.
Yeah, yeah. I want one with cams, 454 chop.
But talking about Teslas, from the Concours,
Okay.
we had the first electric Cobra,
Yeah,
the new Cal-like SUV.
one without brakes.
Yep.
So I don't know if I should say this.
And then the
Well,
Yes,
too
you
late.
should.
Too late. I already said it. So at the Concours,
Concours or Concours?
Concours. Both.
either way, tomato.
The elegante.
Pinky, no pinky.
I'm just here to be an asshole. Go ahead.
So they're doing the parades of electric vehicles. So they brought one of the big classes was the historic electric vehicles. So like ones from the early 1900s. And then they also brought all the new concept cars. So like the new Hummer was there, Lucid.
That thing
Oh.
is nasty.
Oh,
They're 1,000
heavy.
horsepower.
sweet.
And they will get to 60. I think the guy said 3.9 seconds.
Yeah.
That
Dang.
is a big vehicle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
But they're also $100,000.
But I will tell you this: as far as my favorite was the Lucid that had
Yes.
come out, and man, that car looked sweet.
It's
Like, I think it's one of the ones that'll give the Type S a run for its money
Yeah.
because it
Model S.
looks good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Model
Yeah.
S.
Lucid was nice.
Yeah, and they have a studio in Miami.
Oh, they
down
do?
there. Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna check it out.
Do you think well, what Volkswagen said they're going to quit making gasoline engines or something like that by
Yep.
Correct.
2025 or something like that?
Mhm.
So, yeah,
They've
not
been saying that
far
since,
around
like,
the
what,
corner.
2014?
Well, and they just released that crossover.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The ID,
Yeah. So
which is dope.
yeah, I
Looks
saw
dope.
one on the
Looks
road.
dope.
Yeah, I saw one on the road last
You know
week.
what's really going to I love the whole, like, I watch any documentary I can find on Elon Musk, you know, everything that he's done and this and that. The dude's a genius.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Like, he's like ages beyond, we don't deserve him. But electric cars, man, just the technology that's in them, you got these old heads like, oh, I need to change out a cam, I need to put new lifters, new heads,
Right,
this,
right.
that. All you need is a kid who knows his numbers, go in there and do a little flash on your you know, computer on a Tesla.
Yep.
That thing's
Well,
gonna
even now
Amtrak you.
they do wireless updates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
Over
could
the air.
you could have a guy in Japan, and he'd be like, "Cool, yeah, I'll send it to you."
Yeah.
15 minutes later.
Yeah, done. Up, yeah, modded out, ready to go.
And that thing's on Amtrak, whatever.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
And what kills me the most about people who don't like Tesla, they don't like them because they don't make a sound. Because they
At
don't
all.
sound like that.
Well, so it is. It's a different noise. So like,
Bro, don't get punched in the mouth.
Oh, that's my homeboy. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. He's trying to
Arnie just saved you.
Yeah. Gotcha. Got my homie. He does massages, by the way.
Ooh.
I'm not a kinky boy like that.
I got you, though. I got you.
Oh my God, we're in Fallujah, Iraq.
wow. As we sit in the church parking lot.
I was thinking like Avenue B, Moncrief, but that's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it depends on your knowledge of Jacksonville, but
Yeah.
yeah. So at the how many miles do you have on your Tesla?
About 87,000 miles.
Woo.
Yeah. And
So
I
is
swear
that-
those leather seats don't look like they've. I mean, I don't weigh a lot, I guess, but they
Is that
don't
a lot
look
of miles
like.
for a Tesla though?
I mean, most EV cars don't have a lot of miles in general, just because most people who have electric cars don't travel out
Because
of
they're,
town.
they're a bunch of old heads too.
Yeah,
Right.
It's a second car or third car.
Shout out Patrick Wolf Massage.
Patrick Wolf massage. That's my homeboy.
You can make it a little bit louder.
Patrick.
Well, you're about to get punched in the face apparently by him.
I got you though. I got you.
Why is that?
I got you.
The revving. You can hear it in my. I can hear it in my
It's a
ears.
two-step competition.
I got you.
Not right here. Over there.
I got a built diff, and I just did the SDI 6-speed swap. So on low RPMs, if I have the diff open, I need to give.
Oh,
it
you
some
gotta-
gas.
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta rev it
So-
up.
Excuses.
Well, no, listen, it's ready to party when you lock in the diff, though.
Oh,
It's
snap.
like a welded diff. Like when I switch it down, it's like a welded diff, and it's just like.
Oh yeah,
Man.
I say the same thing when I put my Hummer in, you know, 4 low. It's time to party.
it's party.
Didn't you have that Hummer over there on AC Skinner, and you had a Subaru blow by you a couple nights ago, something like that?
Yes.
Ah,
Karma's
Now you have the way to go punch.
Do you want to really know what I? Do you want to know what I said to
I
you
ain't
when
saving you now.
when you sat next to me and you're revving it and you take off? I'm like, it's a 7,000-pound truck, you idiot. What do you expect me to do?
I was wanting you to get it. That was. I know what mine can do. I didn't know if you had an LS swap in that thing or something.
You can listen to it and can tell it's not LS swap.
Well, I couldn't hear anything in mine. Actually.
Yeah, yours is pretty loud.
Yeah, I had the stereo up too, so I was like,
Oh.
maybe he'll get on it. I was like, it
I
like
was
it-
getting on it.
I know. That's why I was like, when I rolled up to him, I was like, yeah, he's getting on it. I might as well leave him now. So
Jacksonville scene in a nutshell, right?
I was
That's
like,
right,
I was
that's
like,
right.
If he turns the flashes on me when he passes me, I'm gonna catch him at the light and I'm gonna run him over.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
guess what? I wouldn't even go on it. You ain't running that over. I got a big GMC truck too, so. But, yeah, that's the toy. That's the
awesome.
toy right there.
That's fun.
Good dude.
Listen, you guys enjoy. We want to go
I-
harass the wagons. The Subaru wagons are going to go against each
Oh
other
Lord.
now.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh snap.
Both of them are built, so they're not like turds, so it's nice.
Man, I forgot we were talking about Elon Musk. And,
Oh yeah, we
Bunch
don't
of
deserve
stuff.
Elon
Yeah.
Musk.
Yeah, we don't deserve him.
So, what do we want to talk about now? Mike, you got anything?
What about Jeff Bezos's phallically shaped rocket that just went off into space?
He gave her all she got.
Dude looked like Dr. Evil.
It was actually. I'll
I
give it to
mean-
him.
I mean, he came out still
was
wearing
cool.
a cowboy hat.
And his laugh. Oh my.
I mean, he's like a lab
Evil.
accident away from being a supervillain.
Yes, for sure.
He's
He's
a
like,
lab
Dr.
accident.
Doofenshmirtz.
Oh damn, Superman's counterpart.
Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
That dude. Wow, man.
I mean, I applaud commercial space traffic because it allows NASA to kind of focus on deeper space and other things.
Yeah.
But man, like he had to have walked out and he had to look on paper when they were designing this rocket and said, you know what? That looks like a penis.
Yeah. And you're launching me in this thing?
And we're flying. Like, I mean, that's the joke from Austin Powers.
Yeah.
It's like,
Strap me to a big
Johnson.
old dick and send me to outer space. Who
Wow.
comes up with that idea?
Wow, dude.
Well, somebody had to
People's
look
got
at
money.
Somebody had to look at me like, yep, approved.
yeah.
Right? So
A
it's
lot
like,
of people-
looks good.
Well,
Send it.
Well,
lot of
and
people.
yeah, and it had to sit. It had to go across his desk.
A lot of people's desks.
And what they said, okay, here's a Peter North penis. Here's a Ron Jeremy penis. What would you like your spaceship to look like, sir?
Throw in a Johnny Sins one.
Here's
How about
here's some research material.
Give me the John Holmes. Thank you.
Everybody at home's Googling now who these people are.
We have just ruined some people's search history.
If I ruined your podcast, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Like I said, we showed up. We had a whole nother show planned, and so I was like, you know what? I've got people here, and
Get some
Let's go.
veterans in here.
we could be entertaining.
Get some veterans. I tell you what. So I was at a dinner. If y'all can even hear me with all the two-step. So I was at dinner a couple days ago with some I call legends because there were some
I
people
wasn't
that
there.
was. There were some people there that
Dude, how about-
I've been
how about
friends
this
with
Opal?
forever. And
No, this thing's badass. He
Sorry to
lives
cut
by
you
me.
off.
no,
but-
you're good.
He lives
Yes.
by me, and he does not give a shit.
With a
We
chute
were
in
on
the back.
17, and he saw me in my Mustang before it blew, looked at me, and says, "Want to run?" And I said, "Sure." I knew he was gonna pass me. He went. All you heard was whoa, and he just went.
It was
and
gone. Did you see this?
boom, and he was just gone. I was like,
This wasn't even a question, though.
I mean, there's
well,
a parachute
I know,
behind the
but
car.
it was like 0-60 and like
It's a
2
Opal.
point.
the blower is the
second.
size of
For
your
the
motor.
people listening, it's an Opal with a big blower hanging out the damn hood.
Yeah.
and a
It's not-
parachute in the back.
Yeah. With slicks.
Did I mention the parachute in the back?
Yeah. Parachute.
Like 345s in the back.
All right, so you were at dinner with a couple legends. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I mean, we're talking. One guy has over 160 plus counting cars. You know what I'm talking about. That's not including trailers. So within this group, we've all been car enthusiasts of every car, and so the question was, all right, what out of this group? I'm going to ask the same question. What car? Well, I mean, hell, you're only 18, so you.
I know. Trust
You
me,
don't
I know a
count.
bunch of cars from the
Yeah.
20s.
What car have you ever owned that you have absolute regrets with? I mean, I guess you can have one since you're 18. Like, what have you ever owned a car that you absolutely regretted, like
Buying or
buying and having? Yeah.
You gotta start first.
I mean, I honestly couldn't. I mean, I've only had so many cars. Unlike, I didn't have 160, but
Wait.
You
Can
know what
I
I
like
mean?
throw in a car that
yeah, whatever.
that I know of that I would love to own in the future that, I regret
that doesn't
now?
satisfy the argument
Well,
he's
I
talking
have
about.
one
at all.
car for 4
Well,
years.
then you can't chime in on this.
Well, you know
Yeah.
what?
this hum,
kidding.
you can hum the SpongeBob theme.
So I mean, every person, every person here has had some kind of car enthusiast history or some kind of platform that no one's ever had or experienced. So, you know, so just kind of curious.
I mean,
yeah, what do
for
you-
me,
you've
there were a
had Jeeps
couple.
and-
Yeah, I mean, we've had
Yeah.
we've had a bunch of Jeeps. Jeeps are fun. I mean, if you don't know, if you're not a Jeep person, and they all joke around saying Jeep stands for just empty every pocket. I mean, it's
Never heard that, but
It's,
that's
it's pretty true.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, but the best part is like when you do break something, it's one of the most heavily modified aftermarket vehicles ever. So there's replacement parts from an aftermarket company somewhere, and 9 times out of 10, the aftermarket parts are stronger or better than the original OEM parts. So you're lucky there. So no regrets with really any of the Jeeps. Oh yes,
That includes you too, Chelsea.
Mini Cooper.
That's where I was going.
What?
So through the course of time, we've owned 5 of them.
5 Mini Coopers?
So I had a daily. I've had 2 Mini Coopers I've dailied. Chelsea's had one she's dailied. She had another that was kind of like our track toy, and then our daughter had one for a little while. Well, they don't age well. Replacement parts and working on them is a pain in the ass. No offense, if you love Mini Cooper, that's great. They're when they run and they're good, they're a blast
Phenomenal.
to drive. Yeah, absolutely fun. But
when they go bad,
when they go bad,
they go bad.
They go
Really?
bad. Well, so long story short, I had a 2015 Countryman. I ended up trading in on a 2016 F56, so just a Cooper S. And I had the car for about 6 months, and then I get a piece of mail from Mini Cooper saying, "Hey, there's been a recall on your vehicle." Which, I mean, it was first model year, the F56, and I'm not surprised by it. So I'm reading into it, but the recall is not just like, oh, window switch or some padding somewhere or something. It was the crankshaft bearings that were the problem.
Oh shit!
So just to check, you got to take your car in. They have to open the motor up and then inspect the crank as well as all the bearings and the journals and everything else to make sure that there's no scoring, and then put it all back together. So regardless of whether or not you had the issue or not, your motor has now been opened up on a brand new car.
Oh.
And I was not happy about that. So, but fortunately mine, when they opened it up, they're like, oh, there's no problems whatsoever. And if there were problems, they were replacing motors. And I was like, yeah, I want nothing to do with that. Like,
Sounds
if you,
like Ford.
Yeah, like if you got to replace my motor on a 6-month-old car, just give me a new car. Like, I don't want this one anymore. And they're like,
Dang.
well, we're definitely not sure. We can't really do that.
The hell you can't.
And well, then I'm like, I want a free extended warranty. And they're like, nope, we're not going to do that either. And I was like, let me tell you, I was like, I've got 3, and at the time I was like, I've got 3 Mini Coopers in my driveway. I was like, I'm active with the Mini Cooper Club, all types of things.
Oh, man.
And I was like, so we're not going to do anything. They're like, well, your car's fine. And I'm like, well, my car now has a motor that's been opened up. Brand new car. And they're like, well, techs and, we're trained and blah, blah. I'm like, that's cool. That's a cool story.
Good for you.
So anyway, so I said, all right, cool. I was like, well, if we're not going to do anything, I was like, by the time this week is over, all 3 of my Mini Coopers will be gone.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, well. And I'm like, So, yep, sure enough, within the month, all 3 were gone. So Mini Cooper. There you go.
That's
Big regret.
They wouldn't
Wow.
bend on anything.
Nope.
And you had 4 or 5?
We've owned 5, and at the time, we had 3 in the driveway.
And they didn't want to break bread on you. That's crazy.
That's
Nope.
sad.
Nope.
That's just
Meanwhile,
sad.
My first Mini Cooper, loved it. Wish
Oh.
I never would have got rid of it.
Yep.
That was my
Cars-
favorite, by the
Oh,
way.
I love
Cars-
that car.
Car's still running like a champ.
I'm gonna have to post a picture in the video of this.
He's done
That way folks can see
upgraded.
it.
He's done upgraded everything in the car. Put a roll cage in it.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's done a bunch of stuff to it. Put new wheels on
Mhm.
it. But the second Mini Cooper I just got rid of, demons all through that car.
Dude, you've had nothing but problems with that one.
2 days after I got rid of that car, he calls me. Said, "Hey man, there's coolant everywhere in the engine bay. Did you have any problems with this?" I'm like, "Bro, I drove that car 4 hours halfway to you.
Yep.
I drove it 4 hours one way. I didn't have an issue."
Mhm.
2 days later, you know in the R53,
Yep.
it has the 2-piece plastic
Coolant
coolant.
reservoir, yeah.
I said, I guarantee it's separated right there.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that
Oh,
car.
that's gorgeous. Right
Oh, you
there.
showed the picture of the COE.
Oh, my.
I was sharing, since you're going to post this mini, I want to kind of slide in my
You
COE.
bet. No, that's gonna go up. So
I
how
love
about-
that mini, though. That was
Yeah, the-
probably one of my favorite
the
cars
OG,
you've had.
the blue
out of
Mini.
all
Yeah.
the cars.
No, that was.
I don't know why. I really, really like that car.
So how about you, Ernie?
Me, I mean, I really, so like right now, I'm still thinking, I haven't had a lot of cars because I'm one of those, I mean, I don't know if it segues back to the COE, but every car I've ever owned, I've had a vision and I knew what I was going to do with it. Even, by the way, before the Tesla, I had a Nissan Leaf that people laughed at me about and was like, what are you going to do with
that
a Leaf?
Leaf?
Let me tell you a story about this Leaf.
And so,
he comes to my house in this thing, right? He's proud as hell of this thing. I'm looking, I'm like, this thing is hideous.
oh,
But
it
you
was
know-
ugly.
Oh, is this
But-
when right after you had first bought it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Temp
So
tag.
he showed me everything. He's it does this and yeah. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I was like, what? You got goals for it or what? He's like, well, I'm going to be my
Goals for
It's gonna be my daily for now, but I'm planning on doing this. I'm all right, bet. And I know Ernie. He's gonna
It
put
ain't
his
gonna
twist
be
on
stopped.
it,
Right.
right? He leaves. I said, I told him when you get out in front of my house, I said, get on it. I want to hear this thing, right?
That thing's hideous.
So
yeah.
Sorry,
he comes
that's so
around.
I know. Wait till you see the after.
He stops right in front of my driveway. He's like, I said, 3, 2, 1, go. He nails it. Car doesn't make a sound. The window's down. I can hear him laughing, going down the street, turning the corner, and making the curve through my neighborhood, leaving.
I
I
laughed.
never heard the car.
That is so funny.
I laughed till I got to my house, which was only 1.5 miles at the time, and so every car I've ever owned, I've had a vision. Like
it was
I
on
knew-
BCs too.
Yep, had DC
Oh, yeah.
forged
Oh, yeah.
wheels, custom
Oh, yeah.
one-off air ride. Who does that,
Yeah.
right? So but even this Tesla, like when I first saw it at a Cars and Coffee back when it was at the Times Union Center, I'll never
Wow,
forget
that's
it.
5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. That's when it came out. So I
5,
was in the
6.
top deck. I saw a white Model X, and all these old people came out, and I watched everybody I was like, oh my God, what is that? Like this thing just opened up, and from that moment on, I always wanted it. So
That's your goal.
that was my goal, and I knew what I wanted to do with it. I was like, they should do this, and so I did my thing, and that's exactly what it looks like now. So with the COE, because I was looking for a 5-window old Chevy truck, and then ran in across to a farm truck that was totally not what I was looking for. I just was like, you know what? I've never impulse buyed a car. Let me do it. And I did it. And literally, I'm driving on the way back from California. It's like, what the hell am I going to do? Because every friend that's like confronted me about this is like, well, what are you going to do with this thing? I was like, I don't really know. I don't know what I'm going to do
It
with
would
it.
be smart to use it
yeah.
for photographers
Yeah.
and get people to
Barn.
pay to put it their
barn
vehicles
weddings.
on top of it.
Somebody's
Barn
paying.
and
shoot.
I think it'd be a
Somebody is
baller
paying
chase
me
truck.
$300 for 4 hours to have my Humvee just park at their church
Really?
for the thing.
Take notes on that one.
Yep.
Yeah. So like
That-
there's
that-
barn weddings, you know, throw that
Oh,
thing in
heck
there.
yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah.
That'd be
Pumpkin.
awesome.
Pumpkin patches.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Parades. Rod run. Turkey
Where are
rod
you
run.
gonna park it?
Oh.
Okay, Turkey Rod Run.
It
was
won't
gonna
fit
be
in my
awesome.
garage.
No.
That's what's funny. It will not fit in my garage. So I'm purposely going to park it outside because I want the patina to continue its patina.
Are you ever going to like seal it, like clear it over?
But when it gets to a
No,
point,
Don't do what I did. I
Yeah.
wish I would have used a satin matte clear on the blue mini instead of a gloss.
Oh, on the blue mini. Yeah.
it'll be a while before I do any kind of clearing on because I wanted a patina more, you know.
Okay.
Because it really is in such good shape and
So everything's
But-
solid. Like the panels, everything's solid. It just got a patina.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's patina without.
Somebody messaged
Exactly.
me just the other day on TikTok, not TikTok,
Uh-oh.
on Snapchat. He was like, "Hey man," he's like, "I want to do more patina on." He's got like a C10.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "I want to do more patina on this thing. You know, what did you do to the mini?" So I had to tell him what I did,
Yeah.
how I did it, the process. I said, then you just gotta let it sit for 6 months. Don't wash it. Let the rust run. Let it get its stains.
Mhm.
And once it gets to where you like it, you know, I rubbed everything down with rubbing alcohols. You know, taped off the glass and sprayed it.
Yep.
Yeah, because the key is the layer of paint. You don't want to get to the structure of the body.
Correct.
And,
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
You just want to get the paint part to do its effect, not structurally put holes in it and
Yeah.
Barney Rubble your way to life. So,
Yabba-dabba-doo.
yeah. But yeah, so ironically, it was Cars and Coffee that I was inspired by the Tesla, and 5 years later I got. And Joey was there when I took a test drive 2 years before I even got that Tesla. And
No,
that
I
was
remember
dope.
seeing that.
Yeah, I documented that on my Instagram.
Son.
I had it for 24 hours. I'm the king of not renting cars, but test driving cars. I've test driven RVs, full Class A RVs, a P100D Model X for 24 hours. I literally documented all that.
I was there for the RV.
Yeah. I mean, because I was determined to get an RV too, and you need something test driven? I got you. Let me know. I will.
What cars do you see in the future you buying? I have two.
Two? You do?
Mhm.
You go first.
I want a right-hand drive VIP car from Japan.
Yep.
And I want a mini truck, extended cab, slammed on billets.
Like old school.
Like I really want either an extended cab, like mid '80s to '93 S10, the boxy one,
Yep.
extended cab, or the Colorado Canyon extended
Oh
cab.
yeah.
Like the first gen.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Man.
How about you? You got a long way to go. What car?
Me? So
I want this.
Hope-
This.
I do love a lot of cars, but hopefully very soon in the future, I want a 2011 Aston Martin Vantage, or Vanquish, the ones you can get for around
Vantage.
like $30,000-$40,000.
Yeah, V8 Vantage.
Yeah,
It's already heavy.
I think they're awesome cars. I love them. Or I want to go with try to find a barn find 68 fastback Mustang. I would love to have one of those.
That'd be
Okay.
fresh.
Okay.
And just do probably the bullet green on it with tan interior and black wheels.
Cool.
That's what I like.
Cool. All
I'm
right.
in that green tan face. As you see on those F40s.
Quit trying to touch my leg, right?
My bad.
Wait till after the show.
Edit.
Need a taller table.
Right?
I mean,
Need a camera down to say, show who's touching who.
I mean, it's a.
Wow.
I
Can y'all even hear
Wow.
me? Like,
I
good
can't
lord.
even think.
Wow. That was intense.
Can I do 0 to 60 in 2 Okay. All right. So.
He's trying to race everybody. Trying to get a motor, put a new motor in.
Yeah. So not gonna lie, before the COE, I was excited about the Tesla Semi coming out.
Yeah, I've seen you post about that.
I'm that weirdo. Who else wants a Semi except for this guy? So
I mean,
I want a deuce and a half.
yeah. So, but I wanted a Semi not just because of the Semi, but so I've already mentioned I test drove an RV. There was a point in my life 4 or 5 years ago that I was traveling so much, which hasn't changed because I still travel. I wanted a Class A RV. And I was test driving them because I wanted to know the difference between gas, diesel. I do lots of research. I needed to know like what I wanted with an RV because it's like a house, obviously, right? So the biggest downfall for RVs and depreciation and all that good stuff is basically no one wants to pay for the gas, the fuel, the trouble. You know, it's a big factor when you have to factor in fuel costs because that's what gets you around, right? Otherwise, you're buying a house that's just stationary. So when the Semi was introduced, I was like, why don't I get a Semi and then build a custom trailer that's the double-decker ones with you can transport your car on the top and and has a glass rear. It's basically the NASCAR haulers, one of those haulers.
NASCAR
and
that Cletus McFarland line.
Yeah. So
hell yeah, bro.
I figured
Cletus McFarland YouTube channel.
Yeah. So I figured 25 years I'll be retired. I'll hopefully have enough money to have not just a Semi, but have a complete custom-built trailer that I can travel.
I'll take that right there too.
It's our homeboy. So yeah, it's not a car that I would dream of, but that was the goal. And then here I am, I getting a COE, and it's like a mini semi truck that runs on 7 miles a gallon. Yeah, so maybe.
I've got two. So I've always wanted a 90s Ferrari of some type. I'm kind of right now. If I were in a position to buy one, it would be a 348. So I like the cheese grater sides. I don't want to deal with the issues from the Testarossa. So
a car that I cannot fit in.
You'd be surprised.
That's what people told me about Porsche too. Like the old Porsches. I talked to what's that old head that he's owned everything. Got the long beard, the dreads.
Are you talking about Magnus?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I talked to him.
Walker.
He's like, bro, you can fit one.
He's a big dude,
he's
though.
6'4", right? He's somewhere around that.
He's a little shorter than I am.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, you'd be able to fit. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yep.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. So yeah, Ferrari 348, and then an old either 70s Cadillac convertible, or
I forgot you.
Or I want a 63 or 64 Impala convertible.
With 100 spokes.
Dope.
Yo, yeah, gotta have wires on it.
Dope.
Yep.
That'd be another one. Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe my list needs to go bigger.
Yeah. I've always loved the 63, the 59 Impalas. I guess I've never realized I really liked old classic cars, and then here I am.
There's
something to say about them.
So yeah, I think you look at certain ones, and it just the body lines, the history behind it, and I think there's a lot of cars today that will never have that type of mystique behind them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of, you're going to have a lot of good modern cars. I'm really curious to see how they outlive kind of their current newness.
Yeah.
Because, we're seeing the revitalization of like 80s and 90s cars, both domestic and JDM. We see the prices of what a Turbo Supra goes for these days. But that's bringing the whole market up. But I don't know of any cars built 2010 or later that will like really become
That's
like
what people
icons.
used to say to me all the damn time about my Beetle. When I built the Beetle,
Right.
Like I would have people talk shit. I'm like, look, in 10 years from now, your car is going to be in a trash yard.
Yep.
This is not going to. Your shit's made out of plastic and aluminum. It's like,
That's it.
Yours wasn't designed to last.
Right.
Yours was designed to break down over time, so you'll spend more money to buy a new one.
Yep.
I just put enough money in that Beetle to make it last another 50, 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So then that'll be interesting because Ernie, I know you and I were talking, and we were over by your Tesla looking at the cars down the line and things like that, and we were like, what you know, what is classic now, what is going to be classic, like what's going to be, like we were joking around, like even saying about gas versus electric.
Yeah.
We were saying, like, we laugh because we're like, oh, you go to Vegas, instead of renting an exotic car, you just rent a gas car.
Yeah. And then
Because
having
it'll
to
be
find a gas station.
because it just won't be a thing.
Yeah,
you know that.
correct.
And I think for a good long time, like we're gonna have some form of a gasoline internal combustion engine, like the
Porsche's do it.
well, but the infrastructure for a complete EV society
Okay.
is not even close to being ready.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So
getting there.
That's because you have different classes of people too.
Well,
Well, your lower class isn't going to be able to afford
right.
an electric motor, so you're going to have.
right, but that's changing. That's definitely changing because I mean,
once it becomes more available,
Yeah.
prices will come down.
Right. Because like we just mentioned the new Volkswagen ID that's out. I mean, and they're all like, I mean, even the Leaf. I mean, the Leaf's
yeah.
not a very expensive car. I mean, even if you want to get one
$5,000.
used, you bought yours for $5,000.
Chevy Volt.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Volt's great.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's there. It's just the infrastructure to support it is not quite ready yet.
If I had stupid money,
Okay.
like just money wasn't an object,
Right.
there'd be 2 cars I'd have.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So what are the two? Money is not an object.
And
Oh.
an old Ford GT
Mm-hmm.
and a new Ford GT.
What year Ford GT though? You talking about like 2006 Ford GT, or are you talking about GT40?
I mean, I could take you to a place
Probably
where in
the
the same
newest
garage all 3 gens are.
I would
place-
definitely
that place is awesome.
definitely want the old one.
Yeah, well, we got the first, second, and the new one all together.
1964 GT4.
I'll go first and third.
First and third?
Yeah.
All right. Ernie, how about you? 2 cars, money's not an object.
Oh, 2 cars? I'll have one. Well, the McLaren P1. Just that's ever since I've seen it in Top Gear, it was like, oh my god, I gotta have that.
Yep.
And then a LP640 Lamborghini Murcielago.
Oh, gated manual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gated
Absolutely.
They
manual.
are so gorgeous.
Yeah, I still
Nice GT3 Club Sport over there.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that was sweet. So
All right.
those 2 cars.
All right,
yeah,
Jake.
for sure.
2 cars.
Oh.
Speaking of the mic.
Okay. Oh, this is hard. Probably about a 64 to 275 GTB short nose. The
Okay,
Ferrari 275
Ferrari.
GTB short nose. Gorgeous car.
Let me Google that.
I have no clue what he
Google?
just said.
And
Old
This is the
Ferrari.
18-year-old.
Oh,
telling us.
Ferrari.
Yeah.
And then
How do you know these?
my cars, ever since I saw it run at HSR,
Mm-hmm.
1972 Porsche 911 RSR race car.
Wow.
This
okay.
dude is specific as hell.
I know. There's stories behind that.
Especially with the new air cooled motors out of the out of the 2000.
That's loud as shit.
It's Fallujah outright. That's what I'm saying. But
That's the
especially
glory of recording live.
yeah, but especially out of the 2004 Porsche 911 GT2 cars, their motors are so well built. I would love to swap one into it, just build it up into like a 911 RSR.
You've
from-
spent time thinking about this.
You know me.
He
my
was
cousin.
waiting for this question.
For real.
He's like,
So,
he's
I
like,
Someone's
now
gonna ask me
is
this
my
question one day,
time.
and
Ever
I'm
since
gonna
I
have
went,
the answer.
ever since I
Here's
went to
the
the
moment.
concourse, like the first concourse I went to, I met Stradman, Vehicle Virgins,
The concourse will open your eyes.
So that
to
was
a
last year.
lot of
everything.
things.
So this year's was crazy. Seeing the first, I didn't even know they had a Volkswagen bus that was electric.
Oh,
Yeah. EV West.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I saw it this year and I was like freaking out over it. And then, if you guys don't mind me telling a cool story.
No.
As long as it's quick,
It's been all me.
we're gonna wrap
So
up here in a
with the
second.
Cobra I was talking about, that's electric. If nobody knew, the owner is from South Africa. I'm good friends with them. The neighbor to the guy that owns the company, which is Super Performance. I'm sure you guys heard of Super Performance.
Yeah.
They actually are the only company in the world that has the original blueprints and signed off by Carroll Shelby himself for the Daytona, GT40, C2 Corvette, split window, and Shelby Cobra.
short story.
Hold on, it's a short story.
It's like my
Hold on.
mom telling a story.
And then their neighbor was Carroll Shelby.
Oh, there we go.
20
See-
minutes later.
20.
Long,
All right,
long,
the SpongeBob.
long
comeback.
story
20
long.
minutes later.
If I could get another car, it'd be a double cab Volkswagen.
Oh,
Yep,
double cab.
yep.
Yep.
All right, so my 2, Ferrari F40,
Oh.
hands down,
What color?
red. Got to be
all day.
Rosa Corsa.
They only come in red, I thought.
No,
No.
Rosa Corsa. And there's one that is Nero black.
And then there's one in
It was
green.
painted. So yeah, so Rosa Corsa F40. Card number 2. Actually, this one's probably a little bit tougher. But
Mercury Bobcat.
I would actually love to have an old Plymouth Roadrunner.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm talking
Yes.
Superbird, like
Yes, sir.
to the T.
In green.
I don't really care
Or
what
yellow,
color.
okay.
My dad had one back in the day.
Shit, I got 2 more cars that's popping over my head.
Me too.
Spit it out real quick.
The Dino that was buried in the ground for so long.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
I would
yeah.
love to get that one.
I love
and,
seeing the Dino getting some love now.
and the
Yep.
and the morbid me. I'd want the damn Lincoln that JFK was shot in.
Ooh. What's the Mercedes that has those big ass wings? The,
SLR?
no. They're from the 90s.
The Gull Wings?
No, they're from the 90s. They're from the 90s.
The Gull Wing doors?
The one that you shot at for RM auctions. The one that was out there, the black one. They only came in black. They were in the 90s. Forgot what their names were.
Batmobile.
I don't know.
Black Mercedes at RM?
Yeah, it was at the RM auctions.
There was a black
Or
black DTM, like a DTM race car that was a CLK.
Yes, the CLK.
The
CLK
DTM
Black Series DTM.
DTMs that were configured to road cars.
Yeah, it was one of the cars to qualify them that could race it.
Yep. That's one I would get. And then
I'm ready for a beer.
Yeah, let's do that. So guys, thank you very much for stepping in on a very abrupt basis.
No problem.
I appreciate it so much.
I'm glad we were allowed to keep our shirts on.
Gotcha, dog.
Well, I
we could
mean,
got some massages.
Oh yeah.
We forgot about that.
how about the free shout outs on the radio today?
Shout out.
And that's your friend
That first group.
Drive-by shout outs.
trying to race me in a Subaru and a Humvee. Get the
Drive-by shot.
As always, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, license, and registration show. You can find us on YouTube. Find us at lnrshow.com, LNR Show on Instagram. Thanks again. You guys have an awesome day.
Boom.
keep it funky.